New year, new me season is upon us. Are you rolling your eyes yet? Well, if you are, we need to talk because I'm going to make the case for it today on Black Ram TV's podcast, Gaining Ground. My name is Daniela Sugia, and I'm Chief Strategist and Creative Director here at Black Ram Media Group, Inc. And thank you so much for joining us today. New year, new me. And a lot of people that are cynical when they hear people talk about the diet they're going to go on or the productivity challenge they're joining, thinking it's not going to last. Well, listen, first of all, even if it doesn't, I'm sure it does a body good to take at least 1 month off of unhealthy eating or unhealthy living or being unproductive and procrastinating. So even if you're just diving in for 1 month of positivity, it is better than nothing. And sometimes those little habits or those little improvements that we make incrementally add up over time. So when you're telling somebody not to bother making the choice because so many people fail, that would be like telling someone to not bother quitting smoking because most people have to quit 5 or 6 times before they're actually successful at quitting. You wouldn't say that to an addict of any kind, right? You'd say, well, you quit every single day if you have to, until you get it right. And New Year, New Me is the perfect time to do it because as a species, we are used to living seasonally. We're very much affected by that. So you will see, for example, that often in North America, September and October are very busy times for people. I think that's often mimicking because we're used to going back to school in September. So therefore, we associate in our heads September with productivity. Because we used to go to school back then, we assume we should be busy now as adults, even though school is no longer part of the equation. So seasons do affect us, and you have to admit that starting with January 1st, that fresh new day, does make you feel like it's a new year and it's a fresh start. So why not start in a different direction? And for, however many people that fail at New Year's resolutions, there are a lot of people that succeed. I remember going on a diet once January 1st, and by that April, I had lost 4 dress sizes. So it is possible if you're disciplined and you approach it properly. But, when you can get yourself in a routine of associating New Year's with a fresh start or productivity, that can really have lasting positive changes over time professionally. How many people do you know that have had a dream, let's say writing a book or, publishing something, and they've said it a million times, I'm going to write that song or I'm going to learn that thing. One of these days I'm going to do the thing, and it never happens. And 1 year turns into a decade, and now another decade passes where your dreams didn't come true. When you start to break your year or your life down in yearly increments, that will really stop that hamster wheel from happening. So I break my year up into a few different phases. So you have my New Year, New Me stuff. But then in about June, I will start to analyze how that first half of the year has gone. And I will hold myself to account against the promises I made myself in January. And then I'll do it again in October to say, okay, so in January, I held myself to account and I said I was going to do this. Did I or didn't I? And what can I do now to make sure that this year will end in a positive note? Because I have from October till the end of December before the end of the year. So what can I get done in those 2 months that make me feel like, I accomplished something this year? And because I've been able to do that for myself, and then once that's accomplished, as I approach the end of the year, I start thinking about what I want to do next year. And how do I want to start that January? That has become a very effective and very productive technique that I've used in my own life and in my own career, which has helped me substantially. I'd say especially in the last decade. I've really started to utilize that in a very productive way, and I've seen a massive impact on how it has affected my business especially, and my personal life too. So again, don't discount it because many, many people fail. Start it because it starts to get you into the habit of looking at yourself while holding yourself to account and always improving and growing as you grow. And by breaking the year up that way and acknowledging a fresh new start every single year allows you a yearly opportunity to put yourself in a different path, on a different trajectory that hopefully will lead you somewhere better than it would have had you not taken those efforts. So that's my advice today, is to start thinking now about how you want that new year to start and what could you do next year that maybe solves a lot of the problems or resistances you faced this year. Is it getting that productivity app, an invoicing app? Like, what is it that you got stuck on last year that you could get off your plate this year to make it a little bit more productive and a little bit better organized, and so that you can have the stress-free benefits of that? So everybody, get your goals, make your plans, go for your dreams, and go get them. Have a great day, and thank you for joining us at Black Ram TV's podcast, Gaining Ground. And for more, reach out at blackrammedia.com.